Oh, hey guys. We are still in England. We are in the city of Lancaster today. We've taken a day trip from the coast. And my God, look, there's a threat of rain, which my sunburned body would actually really appreciate right now. Somehow the English sun attacked me yesterday, and I'm hurting. Neck, arms, legs, everything but my face. So my goal today, if you guys want to tag along with me, is we're going to explore the city center. And the first thing I saw was this beautiful church from the train, so that's where we're heading. So let's do this. It's so quiet right now. I have no idea what this is, but it looks like a castle. And if it looks like a castle, it probably feels like a castle. Some of you might be curious, what do I know about Lancaster? Well, I know the Romans had a fort here. Yeah, I know that the Scots burned down the city under Robert Bruce. And I know that the House of Lancaster used to be in part of the royal line, and they still have a lot of land holdings on behalf of the king. That I know. And maybe even more importantly, I know about the War of the Roses. Yeah. Look at this. They knew we were coming. They started the bells. England loves us. Unlike those Polish bells trying to drown me out, this is a musical. It's beautiful. It's very ominous. So as I was saying, the War of the Roses. Lancaster is the red rose. Where York is the white rose. Ah. Should we go in? Okay then. Look at this. Wow. It's beautiful. So these are old, I don't know if these are old, graves, or if they just took the stones and put them here. Thinking about Indiana Jones right now. It's so quiet. So St. Mary, Lancaster, do you see the red rose? That's where it's from. There's the organ right there, one of them, because then if you look up there, it's the bigger one. Well, that's something I haven't noticed before. Look, semblance of the crown. Or is the crown. It's cool being inside here. Another altar right here. I feel like in this church, the difference though is it feels more like prim and proper, more of ceremonial, if you will, as opposed to I don't know, the loving feeling you get. So that was the Priory we were just in the parish church. There was a woman in there who was cleaning up. She asked me if I was there to clean. I guess my outfit seems very prim and proper today. So, without really having a map in front of me, I'm willing to bet this must be Lancaster Castle right here. It's also on top of the hill. We'll check later. And instead, we're going to head into the historic, beautiful downtown. The city has gone through like a lot of different periods of, oh, whoa. You know, this always happens. I stop mid-sentence because look at this tree. That is glorious. It's a good climbing tree. And actually, this whole park has these beautiful, lush trees. May they always stay intact and continue to grow. So what I was saying about the city before I got, off track, shocker, is it used to be a industrial hub, and then as things changed, now it's known more for its tourism. So the question is, do we go down this way, or do we veer to the right? I don't know. Look at all the chimneys. I find myself thinking about Mary Poppins right now and the song Chim Chim Chimney Chim Chim-a-roo. I don't know, I forget how it goes, but I'm sure you know. But I'm thinking of the chimney sweepers. This is really cool to see, like, just the different buildings, and then like the little like side alleyway down with the castle in the background. Like, look at this. Specifically just that way right there you could go, because they even put like a street light right there. And without much hardship, we appear to have found the gate to Lancaster Castle. Just as the rain has begun to start. I'm not going to complain, guys. Her Majesty's prison, Lancaster Castle? Huh. I love how they say they regret that dogs are not allowed to enter the castle. I would hope not. So the Queen came here in 2015. Did I mention something that I like already? Even though they're doing like construction right now and stuff like that, it appears that you can just kind of walk around for... I mean, they have cafe in here. So like you can pay for a tour, I think. But just being here, being in the building, it's free. And look what we have right here. The prison. The history of the witches that were imprisoned here and tried here in 1612. They also have the Lancaster Police Museum here. Just saw the thing, but the sign for it. But look behind us. There's the Priory right there. And again, we're still in the courtyard for this beautiful castle that I believe is now part of Lancaster University. I see a guy over there who's posing for photos. Huh. Awesome place. I don't know if you can see her. She's holding the scales of justice, holding the sword. I can't get over the fact that this is His Majesty's prison. So this is where they would send people. So with the prison behind us, that's right, the prison behind us, we're now actually, I have found our goal while we're here. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but there's a huge church, and then behind it there's something on top of a hill. I'm being purposely vague because if we don't make it, then you can't yell at me about it. But I've spotted it, and we're going to find this place. It's a cool looking hotel, the King's Arms. So I'm kind of like exploring, trying to figure out where we can go. Look at this is cute. The Merchant's Restaurant and Bar. I love it. And look at this. Oh my God. This is great. So we're in the hustle and bustle now. And I found a downtown spot we can walk. This place is lovely. And this looks like it's a closed off area, so you don't have to worry about cars. Perfect. Now here's some known facts as we're on Bashful Alley right here. Is that Lancaster has, if I was reading right, something like the most pubs in like an area, in a defined area. I don't know. I really should have read it more. Something about beer and ale and maybe the number of breweries they have. I don't know. So if you drink, you should look it up. Look at this cute little cafe right here. Now, if I was reading correctly, because the river comes right through here, I'll put the name of the river in the comments because I don't remember right now. But I was going to tell you, this was actually a hub for the slave trade, or a part of it at least. So this is Market Square. As you see, it's a little bit different than the other squares that we've dealt with before. Oh, hey buddy. You got your town hall. Sorry, the old, it's the City Museum now, I guess. But right to the right of it, let me show you this. This is kind of cool. This is a public library right here. Just kind of nestled in. Oops. Of course, the camera didn't want to show you it. But right there. It's neat. All right, let's carry on. So I guess if you go that way, it's Market Gate, a shopping area. I'm just hoping I'm walking in the general vicinity of what we're looking for, which is that sphere, the spire. Sorry. It's like you have to make a decision. You have streets down here, shopping, and then all the way down here. Thankfully, there's a map. It's interesting. This city has kind of a mix. You have your like older style buildings, and then more modern, if you will. My understanding from what I read, there's a lot of Edwardian style. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think I've seen that before, where there's two like carts next to each other. Interesting. So we kind of got out of the hustle and bustle and are now on Brock Street, making our way over to the cathedral. And then we go further to the park in this touristy tour of Lancaster. I'm not sure what this building is right here, but I stopped not for it, but for Queen Victoria. Look at her. Look at her in all her glory. This looks a bit imposing there, Victoria. 1837 to 1901. You got the two lions with her. And then look underneath. It's like she's above all the people. And the angels. I like it. I like it a lot. So are Gladstone and Disraeli in there? Those are the two names I always throw out, right? Huh. Awesome. God, the sky is getting darker. Note to self, you should always have an umbrella with you when you're in the UK. It can protect you from the sun and the rain. I don't know if you can see it, but we're on a canal. Thank God I could lift this camera. And right next to it, we're at the Cathedral of St. Pete. Sorry, St. Peter. That sounded very formal. So this was one of my landmarks from where we were on the at the castle, where I could see this top. And now we have arrived. This cathedral is open every day for prayer. We're going to see about that. Look at this. Look at the building next to it. Did I mention how much I love England? Alright, I guess we're going in through these doors right here. Alright, let's go take a look. Look at this. By the way, we are in a Catholic church right now. These side altars here, well, were my first giveaway, honestly. It definitely gives you a little bit of a, you can see the difference between with this church. You don't have any of the graves on the tombstones on the floor. So there's your altar right there. And then look at the, where they have the Eucharist and back behind that screen. Here's where they do the baptisms. I like all the heaters. Look at this right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see that fox? Look at this right here. So for people that aren't knowledgeable about the history of the church, you need to keep in mind that there was a time where the King of England answered to the Pope. So in effect, the king was a Roman Catholic. And then all that changed because of Henry Tudor and his situation with his wives. And when when the Pope wouldn't recognize his divorce, or divorces, he left the church. Or he was excommunicated, I forget. But the point is, then he became the head of the Church of England. And history remains. But what's cool is if you were to sit in on a Church of England service, a lot of the prayers are very similar, or if not the same. Maybe a couple words changed, but like the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father, is pretty much the same. Last time I was here, when I was in Southport, I went to a Church of England service, and I was shocked at the similarities. So, just something, a little side story, like always. And as I see the fence here in more grounds, I wonder if, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a school that's attached. Catholic schools are always popular, you know. So now we're going to continue on. And it is the cathedral has a Catholic primary school. Just saw the sign for it. Wow. Glad I could figure that out just by looking. So right now we're almost to our destination, but I wanted to bring to your attention something. So here's the Lancaster Royal Grammar School. It's a state day and boarding school for boys 11 through 18. I'm not mentioning because I know anything about the school. I'm mentioning it because it's the boarding schools from here, from the UK, and watching different like movies when I was a kid growing up. And then that influence on our boarding school world in New England that actually got me into education to begin with. And for people that watch my Albania video, I was commenting about the movie Goodbye Mr. Chips with Peter O'Toole. And he was an educator at English schools. And yeah. So it's funny because you're like, for me to walk these streets, because I'm just kind of getting those little winks of, hey, remember, this is what kind of got you inspired? Being part of a community. So that's it's my sharing. Oh, there's the quaint Moor Gate. And note, we're just going up. We're going up to the Pendle Witches Trail. I don't know how much the camera picks up in the distance, but you can see the Irish Sea from here. That's how close we are. 5 miles away. That's where we came from. Past the cranes, you can see the images of the water. Thankfully, the tide has come back in Morecambe Bay. Beautiful. So, we've come to a dilemma because I spotted our building, but I don't know exactly how to get to it. So we're taking this little sideway. There's no signage. And we'll see if this takes us to where we need to be. But since I love parks, I guess we'll just make it happen. I can feel, even though it's not raining, you can feel the humidity just kind of like sitting over your body, like, eh. Do you know what I'm talking about? This park has some stories to tell. Wow. I wish I was a kid growing up here, where you could, if you had your video camera, different stories that you could create and film. It's beautiful. Not sure what's up with all these logs, probably just seating. Oh, there's a tent over there. Someone's camping out. Oh God. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. It's interesting. We actually made it to the monument. I can see it. But literally, right up this way, there's like a dirt path. And there's a blue tent just perched up there. Makes me feel a little eerie. Sorry, not eerie. A little uncomfortable. Good word choice. It's funny when I film, like, I actually can be very articulate, but then it's like you stick a camera in front of my face, and sometimes the words just don't come out right. How's that song go? Words come easy. Oh, this is beautiful. There's a fountain over there. So we have made it to Williamson Park. And I see it says entrance tickets. That's not nice. So, I believe the building we're shooting for, or at least the one you can see from across the castle, and actually from the train track, is the Ashton Memorial, which is right here. And I'm sure someone knows the story of this and why it's important. It's beautiful. Kind of sad, no water though. Look at that face. I wonder if that's what the guy looked like. I didn't see a sign saying you can't go this way. Hey, at least they don't charge me for going up their steps. Ooh, view's getting better. View's getting better. And while I'm sure other people would want to scale the top of this thing, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty content right here. Look at that view. That is beautiful. And look at those rolling hills. Wow. Again, there's Morecambe Bay. And straight across, if you can see those mountains, that's the Lakes District. Or at least part of it. And then you might be able to catch a glimpse of the river as well. Just ran into the same graduates who were taking pictures, the exact same ones at the prison castle. They've shown up here. They're now taking pictures in front of the memorial right in front of us. What I want to show you, I don't know if you can see this real well, but is the rose, the red rose of Lancaster, right there. That's right. That's right. With the Ashton Memorial in the background, and in front of me, the beautiful water of the bay looking out. I think it's time to go back, hit the train, go back to my seaside vista. So I'm going to say thank you for coming with me for this little exploration of Lancaster. I know there's so much more. Hopefully you enjoy the tour, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Hi. It's a lovely spot you had. If you're looking for a spot for a picnic or just to relax, a nice tree, a nice grassy plot, have your picnic, and then look out the beautiful countryside. All right, guys. See you soon.